Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Back Battles. To date, we are using the Solgaleo Rayquaza team that did win Japan Nationals with Solgaleo, Rayquaza, Incineroar, Tapu Fini, Tapu Koko, and Gastrodon. Let's get started and play some games. If you haven't tried out this team already, there is a QR code that was created by Hirofumi, the creator of the team, which is linked in the description down below. So if you want to play along, feel free to. But otherwise, this team has been doing pretty well so far. It's been pretty strong so far. I'm hoping to continue it as we got Gabu, 1705 rating, I think, with a very cool team. The Mawile, Groudon, Aerodactyl, Tapu Koko, Jumpluff, and Lunala. Now, Lunala is annoying for my team, not impossible. The Mawile is very frustrating for my team, actually. I don't want to approach this because I can see quite a few things going my way. I'm going to need Rayquaza because I'm going to need the crunch factor. Crunch is really good against my opponent's Lunala. Definitely going to want to bring the Fini. Coco's not coming for sure. I don't like Coco at all. The Solgaleo's not bad here because of the fact that it could trick him up, which is kind of nice. Although I'm not sure if I'm really inclined to bring it between the Groudon and the Lunala. I'm kind of leaning towards Gastrodon because Gastrodon actually does pretty good work against my opponent's team. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Incineroar Fini. It's a pretty solid lead overall, I think. I could get Light Screen up potentially. Rayquaza and Gastrodon. Let's see how this goes. I don't think Solgaleo's that good. Mainly just because I feel like Solgaleo just loses to restricted Pokemon, and even though it does pretty well against everything else, I'm not sure if it's the call. So I'm gonna opt to bring the Gastrodon because I think Gastrodon does really well against my opponent's team as long as the jump up doesn't carry Grass Knot, where they usually just carry support moves like Sleep Powder, Helping Hand, Rage Powder, Encore. It gets quite a few options, especially with Chlorophyll its ability. I do love it as a Pokemon. We got Mawile and Lunala coming out here, which is completely fine. We will get Intimidate off into the Mawile. Oh, no, we don't. It's Hyper Cutter on the Mawile. Interesting. Okay. That changes quite a bit, actually. I could Flare Blitz the Mawile immediately. Like a Flare Blitz Scald in a Mawile, for instance. Should be able to pick up the knockout. We don't know if that's the right play, though. I think it could be Trick 'em on this team. Although, it's like Tailwind and Trick 'em, so I can't tell for sure. I think it might be just to play, because I feel like Maul is just such a big threat. I think I have to Flare Blitz right here. I do want to Light Screen up, because I do think that the Lunala can be a big threat to my team. So I'm just going to Light Screen up. If this is a Frail Mawile, it might go down to Flare Blitz. My Incineroar's not Intimidate, which is a huge factor here too. So let's see what my opponent's going to go for right here. As Z-move coming out straight away from the Lunala. It's all about pummeling Lunala. My opponent, I think, going to go for a roll. I do think all that pummeling is a roll on Incineroar, correct? I think it's like a 25% chance to KO standard Incineroar. Although I don't know if this Incineroar is actually like the standard Incineroar or not, because I didn't actually look at the EV spread. This could be bad, because I don't know this calc any more than others would. Okay, it survives, which is huge. Okay, that's great for me. As we do get a Flare Blitz off in the Mawile. Excellent. That's huge. So we'll get a Flare Blitz off in the Mawile, which does a pretty nice chunk of damage. Take a bit of damage. Light Screen will go up. The Mawile's slow. Okay, that's good to know. And the Mawile gonna just go straight for an Iron Head and a Fini. Chip away at it. At least we won't go down to a Moongeist Beam or any of that sort. With that Light Screen, it's pretty nice because I could probably just go Rayquaza here and fire off a Scald in a Mawile because my opponent doesn't have Switch-ins. And I really do like that play, actually, because there's not really much Lunala can do now other than maybe the, let's say, Tailwind or Trick 'em goes up. I could Extreme Speed with my Rayquaza and knock out the Mawile. The Mawile is just too low right now, and I'm very happy about this position right here. I did take a lot of damage, but I feel like this is definitely worth it here. Because that Maul was a huge threat. It was doing so much damage. Z-move on the Lunala means his Focus Blast confirmed. So, yeah, we're going to see Focus Blast. Ray avoids it. No big deal. I could have went for the U-turn, but I'd rather keep the Incineroar alive. I think Incineroar is just great here. And wanted to catch maybe, I don't know, Groudon if it decides to switch in for some reason. But, yeah, not necessary there. As pretty nice overall. Jumpluff actually going to come out here, which is an interesting Pokemon to bring out. I don't know if it's Seed Bomb. I want to go in Incineroar right here because it will probably just take... It'll take any attack very nicely here, and I think I could go for either Nature's Madness or Heal Pulse. I'm going to go for the Heal Pulse into Ray here, into the Incineroar here, because unless you're going to Focus Blast a Ray, which I could see as a respectable play, you cover for the Incineroar because you know that I don't want to be Sleep Powdered, so I think it'd be a respectable play. But I feel like you might want to try to get rid of Fini. So we'll see what comes out here. It's going to be a Encore actually coming out. Ooh, into the Fini. Nice play from my opponent. Oh, I hope since I Heal Pulse my slot, I hope I don't Scald my own slot, because that'd be awkward. That'd be very awkward. We will see the attack in the Fini, the Moongeist Beam. We'll proc Berry. I really hope this... I think Encore makes it a random target anyway, so I think I should be targeting some other slot on the opponent's side of the field. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Gets into Jump Up, so I could proc a Berry, so that's nice. I get a Burn. Helpful. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a... I really don't want to lose Incineroar here, but I feel like you Sleep Powder. I could go Gastro on the Focus Blast, I guess. I'm gonna go Gastro here. But I'm locked into Scald. That's the thing. Maybe I just double out. Yeah, I'm actually gonna double out. I'm gonna go Ray here. Because if I go Ray here, I think it's pretty good for me. Because I feel like I just keep Incineroar around just for Intimidate. I think it's Special Groudon with Eruption, but I can't exactly be sure. So I'd rather just keep all my pieces alive just in case. We'll go Ray here because I don't think you Sleep Powder to Fini. If anything, you're going to Sleep Powder the Instant slot. Yep. And Focus Blast to cover the switch. Yep. Gastrodon on Voids. Very nice. Not necessary, but very nice. And now we cover... We cover everything with a Surf plus Dry Ascent into the Jumpluff. I believe Ray is faster than Jumpluff if I remember right. Because I used Jumpluff back in 2014. It should be base 110 if I remember correctly. So I'm going to go for the Surf here. The damage in a Ray really doesn't matter to me. And we'll go for the Dry Ascent. We're max speed, so we should be fine. So no switches, which is good for me. Alright, let's see what comes out here. I can lose to Endgame Lunala potentially, but I think I should be fine right now. Let's see. Transcend, no Protect, so I will be able to knock out the Jumpluff. Nice, so I don't have to worry about Sleep Powder for the rest of the game. I feel like Ray should be able to clean up here. So we'll knock out Jumpluff. Nice. And we will also get some chip into this Lunala, which goes for Moongeist Beam, which I don't know who this is targeting realistically. Let's see. Gastrodon, okay. And we'll Surf. Because we want to cover Groudon just in case it decides to switch it randomly, and I want to break the Shadow Shield on Lunala or get the Groudon either way. I think this works out beautifully for me because now, even though Light Screen's gone, I can go for a Crunch in the Lunala with my Ray here and Earth Power the Groudon, because I don't think Jumpluff with Groudon would run Stone Edge. I guess that's maybe a concern. I mean, I think if it is Stone Edge, I guess I would lose in Fury. I think I just sack Instant here. I just don't want, like, speed control. No, I don't want speed control plus Swords Dance coming up. Yeah, I don't want... Actually, it wouldn't matter. If it's Trick Room, then that's fine. You know what? I'm going to go for Earth Power here and Crunch. Because I just don't see any play that gets me other than Protect Stone Edge. And that's very situational. Well, we're going to see Protect, so is this going to be Stone Edge? Rock Tomb's fine too, because I get the Earth Power damage in the ground. And that's going to do a lot. Oh, it is Eruption. Okay. No surprise there. This shouldn't KO either one of my Pokemon. I have Assault Vest. Oh, wow. It KO'd the Gastrodon. Oh, it's a crit. That's why. Okay. Not a big deal. I'm really not worried about that, as now we could go Instant. Yeah, we should be fine. If it's Special Groudon, it really shouldn't be able to touch Ray. Unless it has HP Ice. But even if it has HP Ice, I mean, We can fake out the Groudon now, go for Crunch and the Lunala. Next turn, we go for Earth Power, or we could just switch out the Ray into Fini. Yeah, like we have multiple options here. So fake out the Groudon, go for the Crunch. I assumed it was Special Groudon, but I couldn't be too sure. It could have been mixed. It definitely still can be mixed. Goes for the double, which is the correct play, but does fail, thankfully. Fake out will go into Groudon, and we'll get a Crunch off. Nice. Alright, now we go for a Snarl here, and you go for Snarl. I think we just U-turn out, realistically. I think U-turn's the better play. Because we get in Ray immediately, so Fini could target with a Scald, or Ray could go for multiple Earth Powers. The match is going to be forfeited. My opponent realizes there's not really a way to beat the Rayquaza and will forfeit. So nice, we will take a pretty strong game 1 start. I mean, I felt like the big damage in the Maw turn 1 was the clutch factor. Luckily, Mawa wasn't too big of a threat because, luckily, one, we got the roll in Incinore's favor. I'm guessing that we are the standard Incineroar spread, and that roll is so annoying. That's the thing about the Fightium Z Lunala. If anyone wants to try it, it's a roll on Incineroar. It's like, if I do remember right, it is like a 25, maybe it's 31.3% chance. It's like something like that to KO. The chances are pretty low. So actually, it could have been more threatening, and my opponent decided to go for the Sucker Punch, but maybe wanted to avoid the Fake Out, which is definitely understandable. But thankfully, Incineroar survived, which was pretty big, because Flare Blitz damage to Mawa. That Mawa could have been a threat. Play rough, Iron Head, decimated my team, so thankfully, we were able to pull through. Not much to say otherwise. And then we just kept up positioning. Focus Blast misses really didn't matter. I felt like the Focus Blast missed on Ray didn't matter. The Focus Blast missed on Gastrodon. I mean, my opponent got the revenge crit, so it's like it didn't matter anyway. So yeah, I'm not even sure if the initial Focus Blast hit the Gastrodon through Light Screen, and then the Eruption, if it didn't crit, I don't know if Gastrodon would have survived it. I'm pretty sure it would have, but we still end up on top regardless. So just waiting for the next game because it takes a while. But Gastrodon put in the work there. Gastrodon would have put in more work too if it was able to get the Earth Power off. But my opponent didn't have a good Gastrodon answer, and yeah, just Gastrodon actually impressing me right there. Otherwise, pretty straightforward game, I felt like. I think I brought the right Pokemon. There wasn't much my opponent could do, I think. But it's taking a while to find our next game, so we'll be right back with the second game of today's episode. Alright, we got Space David as our next opponent, 1496 rating. Bring the Zerndon team, which is interesting, with some interesting picks. Let's see. My Zerndon matchup: Fini, Solgaleo, Rayquaza, Incin. The Metagross is scary because Metagross can do a lot of damage to my team. What would I normally lead against this though? I'm just trying to figure out what's the best lead against this team usually. I'm guessing it would be something along the lines of Fini plus the Rayquaza. Because Gastrodon's really good against my opponent's team, but I don't think you're supposed to bring Gastrodon in this matchup. Maybe you're supposed to lead. I don't remember. I think I'm gonna lead Fini right now, because I just can't remember what I'm supposed to lead against this normally. I also really like I like an instant Fini lead. I'm just not sure if it's the right call here. But yeah, I'm gonna try out Ray plus Fini, because if Groudon leads, I can Scald. If Xerneas leads, I'm gonna try to Light Screen and just go hard into Solgaleo, I think. Yeah. I don't think there's like a better play. As my opponent ran out of time. Okay. Let's see here. What are you gonna lead? That's the question. What are you gonna bring is my question. Because you want to bring Groudon. Do you even want to bring Groudon? I feel like you should bring Groudon. Because your team doesn't deal with Incin well otherwise. Let's see. I feel like Metagross should be brought. And then the last two, Xerneas, Incin, Moongus Xerneas, okay. Which is fine. I could Dragon Scent the Moongus and go hard. Is that the play? I don't like the Xerneas here. I don't like dealing with the Xerneas here. Did I just Dragon Set the Amoonguss in regular form and Nature's Madness the Xerneas? That depends on what kind of Amoonguss this is, too. Amoonguss doesn't protect, though. It should Rage. Does it Rage Powder here? You know what? I'm going to go for the Dragon Set Nature's Madness, because I don't want to be Sash, and I don't want Xerneas to protect, and Amoonguss to go for Spore here. Which might have been the case, or maybe it's just a double protect. Nope, Dragon Scent gonna come out into the Moongus. It is Sash, okay. Yeah. Okay. So I made the right play, it looks like. Excellent. As long as this hits, of course. Really? It's affect Spore and Moongus and it gets to sleep. If we got the poison, that would have been fine. Para would have been annoying. But, really? Okay. Okay. Not the end of the world, but not the greatest, obviously. We get rid of the Moongus and we... but it's basically like the Spore play happened and all I did was get rid of a Mon. Metagross gonna come out, which is... alright here. It's not the worst case. I'm gonna go for my light screen here. And I'm going to go hard into Solgaleo. Although, I feel like Ray switching is so obvious. It is really obvious, but, like, I have to switch out Ray. If I don't keep Ray, I lose to the, I just lose instantly to the Groudon. And I want to keep, I don't want to switch in instant because I want to Intimidate into the Metagross, most likely. Unless it subs up here, which is definitely a possibility. They do carry subs sometimes. Substitute. So we'll go the Solgaleo here. Try to get a light screen up. Maybe the better play was the Nature's Madness, though. No, I think I need Solgaleo to survive hits, which is why I have to get a light screen off. Because, oh, thankfully, Ironhead into Fini, which is completely fine. Fini takes that pretty well, actually. Geomancy will come out. No surprise there. I think Trick Room going to Instant is my best play, regardless. Yeah. Trick Room going to Instant is my best play. It covers most of my options. Yeah, it covers most of my options. So, as long as we don't flinch here, because I don't know if Moonblast and Stomping will get me otherwise. Nice. Perfect. So we get light screen up. That's really good here for my Solgaleo, as well as my Fini, because Fini might be able to live a Moonblast. I'm not sure. Depends on the spread. I'm going to go hard Instant here, and maybe we should just go for the Sunsteel Strike. Or the Z move. I think I'm going to attempt a Z move, right? If Xerneas protects, the chip damage is enough to put in range of Stomping. It puts it in range of my... maybe I should just Trick Room up. I feel like Trick Room's better, actually. I'm going to Trick Room. I think Trick Room's better against the Metagross, because I'm trying to figure out how do I deal with the Metagross later in the game, even if I get rid of Xerneas. And I feel like it's not a pretty answer. So we'll go Incineroar right here. So, let's see. Because I feel like no speed control just loses me the game. Moonblast's going to be fired off into the Soul. Yeah, you're doubling up with Stomping. That did nothing. Yep, Stomping. How much does this do? Intimidated. Okay, that didn't do too much. We get Trick Room off. Nice. And we'll go for the U-turn into the Metagross. Get in Fini once again. And we'll go for the Z into the Xerneas. Yep. Correct play. As the Xerneas protects. As long as it's not like Ally Switch Metagross. Please don't be Ally Switch Metagross. That's literally the one thing that would be dumb here. But I'm going to Z move the Xerneas because, yeah, that's why I wanted to U-turn. Groudon's coming out. No surprise there. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for me. As long as the conditions are met. I just don't know how fast the Groudon is, though. I mean, Solgaleo should be slower in Fury, but this Groudon has no speed. I'm in a bit of trouble, actually. So, yeah, let's see. Xerneas protects, which is fine. I just want to know how fast this Groudon is. Do I risk it, too? So you turn into Groudon. It doesn't matter. Ray or Fini here? I think I always go Fini. Yeah, I think I always go Fini. Do I heal pulse? I could heal pulse theoretically the soul if I expect Precipice Blades. Again, it just comes down to how fast a Groudon is. Because Groudon is naturally slower than Solgaleo. I mean, Solgaleo doesn't have much speed, but I really just can't tell based on the damage, like, what kind of Groudon this is. This turn is going to be really crucial, too. U-turn chip damage might be really nice because it might allow me to figure out, will Skull knock out this, Groudon? Ooh. If I played a Protect Stalwart too, it doesn't win me anything. Am I risking it? Let me see his team comp. His Groudon looks like it would be fast and not bulky, but I'm not too sure. I think I gotta risk it. I'm gonna Sunsteel Strike here, and I'm going Instant. I just don't like. I think Scald and going Array is fine, but the thing is, I don't like that play as much. Because I feel like Xerneas just gets a Gleam. I probably lose the Ray or just take so much damage. And then I think I lose to endgame Metagross. That's what I'm thinking here. Yeah, and I didn't think the Groudon would be... I don't think the Groudon would be super slow on this team. It just didn't really make sense for it to be super slow in my opinion. But yeah, let's go for the Xerneas. Get the knockout. Nice. Nice knockout. And then Precipice Blades, which is fine. Yeah, okay. So I could have went to Ray, which is a safe play. But I mean, I think I know what pin I want to do for the next turn. Ooh, that did a lot to the Ensign. Okay. Get my berry back. Go hard Fini. Misty Terrain disappears, which is fine. We get Fini back in. And now my opponent probably is forced to protect the Metagross. I mean, my opponent has to play a 50-50 right now. And I feel like my opponent might forget this option in the head. It's you might think, oh, I could just Flare Blitz the Metagross right here, right? But I could also switch into Ray here. So it's a literal 50-50 right now. Although I feel like the turn that accompanies the most is just switching out anyway into Ray. Because even if there's a Protect, we saw the Iron Head damage into Fini before. It's nowhere near enough to knock it out. And then I could just go back into Instant too. I think Endgame Ray should be fine for the sweep. As long as we get Intimidate. The problem is my Ray hasn't taken any turns of sleep, which is the difficult part. We also have Heal Pulse on Fini, so we can heal back any damage later in the game. So I think it's fine. Also, this is a better chance than me just going for the Flare Blitz anyway. And then my opponent just double crits Precipice Blades. And I could still win even if my opponent crits the Fini right here. Luckily, my opponent doesn't make any Protect plays, and I do get a Scald off into Groudon. Doesn't knock it out, actually, which is big. Precipice Blade's going to come out. Precipice Blades and the Iron Head? Will that finish off the Fini? Oh, wow. Oh, crit. Okay. That's annoying, actually. Yeah, because my opponent Iron Headed too. And I'm Hasty Ray. Yikes. Yikes. Going Instant here. That's a big yikes. Because now this game got 10 times harder. So I think the play is always just to target down the meta. Is the play to Flareless to Groudon, or is it to Flareless to Metagross? Because I need chip on both either way. The Groudon's on -2 though. The problem is I don't have the strong sunlight. This is where my ability kind of screws me over. We definitely have to Mega Evolve here. We'll go for the Earth Power. I can't risk Snarl missing too. It's not worth it to me. I'm Flare Blitzing the Groudon. Because I get 2 chances to hit the Groudon, basically. Because even if Trick Room wears off, at least Ray could outspeed the Groudon. So let's see here. Gonna be Metagross protecting and Groudon didn't. So my opponent made the overextended play, which is thankfully works out beautifully for me because Metagross did not get any chip damage, which is huge. Because I'll be able to knock out the Groudon. I didn't think Ice Punch would knock out the Ray either with the Delta Stream up and the Intimidate onto the Metagross. And now it's going to come down. I think Stomping Tantrum wouldn't knock out Instant. So it's going to come down to how many turns of sleep Ray takes, in my opinion. I think that's how this game is going to be decided. I think I'm going to go for Snarl here just because I don't want to take the Flare Blitz recoil. Yeah, I actually... Let's see here. Ice Punch. Yeah, it didn't knock me out as I expected. I missed a Snarl there. This could get dicey. Actually, would I take enough recoil from Flare Blitz to be put in Stomping Tantrum? That's what I'm just curious about, because that's the thing I don't know. This could be Bullet Punch. I'm gonna attempt a Flare Blitz anyway. Let's Flare Blitz now. I should just Flare Blitz before, because I'm gonna take 3 turns of sleep. Yeah, this could get ugly, folks. This could get real ugly. Okay. I don't know how much recoil, because like the Metagross is -1. That's the thing. Like that's the big thing here. It's Intimidate and it's -1. Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Oh no. Let's see. I feel like we'll have just enough. I feel like we're gonna live barely. This is super close. I should have just Flare Blitz before. I was worried about stomping and then the Flare Blitz putting me in recoil. And then Ray taking that 3-turn sleep, which it did. Oh, that was such a close game. Okay. Oh, alright. Knock out the Metagross. Good game to my opponent. Okay. Nice. Okay. So thankfully we were able to pull through. I think the turn 1 lay worked perfectly. Like turn 1 was literally perfect on how it worked out. I mean, not perfect because obviously the effect spore and Mungus came into play, which made the game extremely scary because I did make the right play, but unfortunately I still got punished for that somehow. Yeah, as I said before, I didn't want to risk the protect Spore play because it was definitely a possibility. If the Mungus wasn't Sash, like the options were to Rage Powder or Spore there. I don't think you protect the Mungus because the Xerneas won't do too much. If you Geomancy, there's a chance I have Haze. There's that option. I feel like you wouldn't want Xerneas to take so much damage anyway. So I felt like your plays were either to like Rage Powder there or to Spore. And so my plays cover that because if it was Focus Sash, I just KO the... If it's not Focus Sash, I KO the Amoonguss. Unless it's like a super bold variant, but they don't really run that. So I'd probably be able to knock out the Amoonguss because most of them run Spadef to handle Kyogre and Xerneas as well as tank attacks better from like Lunala and stuff. So I felt like it was a comfortable play to make. If it was Sash, I at least get rid of the Sash. I at least get rid of Amoonguss and prevent the play. Even if Xerneas Geomancied up, I could maybe get Solgaleo into position, which is why I decided to make that play. And the deduction, thankfully, was spot on with the Groudon being slow, because like my opponent didn't exactly seem like it would be a slow Groudon on the team. It seemed like it would be more fast, because like the team was more fast paced. Amoonguss was probably more like just to help with Trick Room as well as redirection. So that's the reason why I thought maybe the Groudon would be slower. I think it was worth risking too, because I felt like if I Scald, switch into Ray, which is the safest play that I could make, I felt like it could be very, very difficult to come back in that. Just because, like, I feel like Metagross plus Xerneas boosted would be too much for Solgaleo to handle by itself. So that's the reason why. Although I think maybe I could have won off that and maybe not risk that chance. Definitely a possibility. But hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below. Shows your support. As well as you can share this video with your friends and leave a comment down below, as that really helps as well. If you do want to support my channel even further, you could check me out on my Patreon and my Twitch channel. Those are really appreciated. Otherwise, if you do want to try out the team, there is the team down below. Otherwise, previous episodes listed down below the playlist. And yeah, look forward to the next episode, as we'll be using this team for, I believe it's 2 more episodes I believe we have with this team. But otherwise, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Actually, it's probably longer. I don't think I've been using this team that long. We probably have a few episodes with this team. I don't know. This might be episode 3 or 4 with this team. We've been doing pretty well so far. But thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.